when you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the Woodshed, East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rides the back on the option to give. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The offense changing the play. To the air, it's Childs. Might be looking to run. Quarterback got it himself.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle? Finds a spot in the middle. Touchdown, Sparty. A great catch and run for 6.
Well, the quarterback does a great job in his decision-making. Found the matchup he wanted, one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking downfield, it's Altmaier. Rushes on him. Complete to the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Luke Altmaier started his career as a backup to Matt Corral at Ole Miss, but man, did he blossom for the Fighting Illini. Had their best season in more than 20 years, and maybe more in store for him, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there were still a lot of fans that I think were skeptical when the transfer portal news came out that he was going to be joining Illinois, and people wanted to see what all the hype was about. You saw it last year, not just running the ball, but making big plays through the air. Really curious to see if Luke Altmaier can take the next step this season, because if they do, this is going to be a really, really tough team to beat.
Good, solid pick up there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. Got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Illinois looking to pay things off on 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that is just what you want. You get a 1st and goal situation defensively, and you can get a sack and get a good loss. Put them out of an easy running situation. Nice job by the defense.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Altmaier.
Give me that!
It's picked off.
I look is crazy. I look is crazy. I look is crazy. I look is crazy.
He's at the 40. The 20.
Hello.
He's at the 10. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. Trying to power it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs. I look for this offense to continue the physicality and hand that man the ball again.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Touchdown, Michigan State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Yeah, and you look for the big fellas down here in the red zone. You want to run the football, you want to be physical, and then you play action, and you got the big target. Throw it up to him. He does the rest with the soft hands and getting the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Sanders. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Oh, he's got some space. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Pick them to
on 1st and 10 from the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Spits it out to the back. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get in the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football somewhere.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Intercepted a first half turnover to swing momentum.
Another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw. It's Childs. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kelly. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
And the Spartans are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. Smashes through the tackle. There he goes. Touchdown, Spartans. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the 2nd quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Sanders. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down.
Oh, damn.
Catch in the middle. It's Dixon. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on 1st down. First play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. That's exactly what happened. Nice job.
It's complete to the right. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Got room to work. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's the pressure. He caught it. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you.
That was on the table in the back.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Illini! I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next move yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches. But you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
He makes his way into the end zone for the 2, and now they trail by just 13. Fielded in the end zone. It's Kelly. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
To the air, it's Childs. Finds his man, it's Williams. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Shoots it to the left. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? Spartan's very efficient with this passing game.
You like that, Reese? You like that? I think so. This is an offense that, listen, when you've got a guy back there, they can be efficient. Make no mistake, they're going to run the football, but when you get that Kirk Cousins guys, you start to really like the offense.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Under fire. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Makes the catch. It's Clement. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, and those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
They were able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. Reels it in down the left side. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Illinois putting together a really nice drive. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Illinois! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over,
he'll take a deep shot here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Childs. Pressure coming. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Finds the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. On the option, it's Childs. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. And the Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Back open in the middle. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing...
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He'll go out of bounds, but just what they needed to get the ball back.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Caught over the middle, it's Sanders. Quick step and go. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clement. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Wants to keep it in the air. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. Don't always have to get rid of it quickly if you have that type of protection and enough time for a receiver to run that slow-developing route.
No doubt. He comes across the field. There's going to be a time where he's going to be open. Nice job by the QB seeing it, delivering the strike with the great protection.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's first and 10. Unloads quickly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Fighting Illini.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Coming out with it, it's Kelly. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw, it's Childs. Going for the big play. He's got it along the sideline. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up first and 10 from the 48. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Makes the grab. There he goes. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Spartans will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Coleman.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This quarterback has just been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Great job with his decision-making. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on 3rd down. Throwing on the run. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
Snap to the up man. It's a fake. And the roll of the dice turns up in their favor as they pick up the 1st down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the 1st down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
Grab behind the line. It's Arkin. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that 1st half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. Fires to the tight end.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
Looking to pass. It's Altmaier. On target. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
Great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown to Illini. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll bring it out. It's Kelly. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy, you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Rides to back and leaves it. Breaks into the open. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
One of the things I love about college football, guys, good old option play. I know the game's changing and we're moving to tempo and spread, but the option is still well and alive. QB pitching it to his tailback to see what he can do.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a man. It's Childs. It's complete on the right side. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
As they come to the line, they've moved it, but they need one more yard on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on fourth and goal from the 1. Pushes for the goal line. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some.
Turning it on. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. The 30. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Illinois. He got a step and just dusted the field.
How about the aggressive play call backed up near your own end zone? Your quarterback drops back in the end zone. If he gets tackled, it's a safety, but it pays off. The defense is a little too aggressive, takes the big shot down the field, and he walks in for a 98-yard touchdown pass.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 10 to Ole Miss. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw. It's Childs. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Bringing the heat. blasted as he lets it go.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. With the catch, it's Belly. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Wants to go up top on first down. Keeps looking downfield. Going to try to get it himself. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as this offense continues to show great patience.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
To the air, it's Childs. Caught close to the marker, it's Bullard. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. And the Spartans are flying down the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. That one comes out hot down the right side. It's caught. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to the air. He's going for the goal line. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sparty.
What a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Wants to pass. He's got it in the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and we have a 1-possession game late. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got...
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Might be calling a hot route.
Right.
Back to pass, it's Childs. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long.
That's probably should you say that, bitch. I'm better than you. I can see you. You have more money than you. You have a different job with me. I'm better than you. So I feel like it's from you. If you don't have to come dad. You know what I mean? It's fucked up.
From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left.
Roll it. He's got
Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Michigan State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And that defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away.
It's cutting you off, bro.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Pocket breaking down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I think this team knew coming in today they needed to be able to run the football. They were going to have to get some of that production from the quarterback, and he just broke off his longest run of the game so far. That was critical for his confidence, for his offense's confidence, and right now if you're on defense, you've got to find an answer for this guy.
And a great job on the QB, find the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Fires to the right, and they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Makes the grab. It's Clement. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down. What a good gain on that play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The noise bouncing off of Smarty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. Can't get him to the ground. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
The coaches told us in pregame that they love this back's mixture of speed and power. Listen, he's not the power back all the time, but he's moving so fast.
Oh, he's got some space. Got some room headed to the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
You got money.
And the offense is so close to the go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the 4th quarter. Touchdown by the Illini. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing the tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
He'll bring it out. It's Kelly. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He's got his man, makes the grab. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. The Spartans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To throw. And it's picked off for the third time today. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the third interception he's thrown.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Off play action on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Yeah, y'all can work on it.
He got, I didn't even answer pauses, bells, man, smart, so that. I got all the money shit, standing point.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Using his legs to buy some time. Makes the grab. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
They'll run play action. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Lamb pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died. As soon as it hit the ground, beautiful job.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Back to pass, it's Childs. Got it in the middle, it's Mark. We reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Might be changing the route. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Kelly. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got it right where you want.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got a man. It's Belling. Got it across the 35 to the 36, but the defense knew that line to defend, and they forced a 4th down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And they finally made the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Childs. Oh, he wants it all. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. The defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate, and late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Here's a heat. He's open on the right. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after they play up top. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Go straight ahead. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Now on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6 now. What are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for a 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down the clock?
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Fires to the tight end. Timeout is called with just a single second left. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit of the time to get to that first down marker. So here comes our first play of overtime. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Spartans will start us up here in overtime. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, there it is. Going for 6. Touchdown,
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
And remember the rule change a couple of years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversions. All this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Quickly complete. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And I tell you what, you find the hole. Goodness gracious, when you got defensive linemen that get in the backfield that quickly, and the quarterback's trying to sneak the ball quick and get some yardage, the defense definitely won that one. They probably knew it was coming. They got the stop.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got 12 trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple of times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Touchdown, Illini! They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie.
And it's nice to have those big tight ends down here in the red zone because they're such big targets, but they can block, or you just slip them out, find a little hole in the defense, feature them, throw it up, let them go get it. Nice job by the tight end with the catch and the touchdown.
They're not going to mess around. They'll go for 2 and the win right here. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime.
I'm not done.
They don't want to play another overtime. They'll try to win it or lose it on a 2-point conversion. They'll run the option. Moving toward the end zone. Crosses midfield. He's at the 30. The 20. Past the 10. Can you believe that? Scooped up that fumble and took it all the way back for 2.
I love the effort on the football unit. They don't just take the ball. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. They get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great. The home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.